lovely people of the internet, I'm the Breathing Canvas, and today I'll be showing you my ruby-inspired design for July, which is my birth month! It's only 2 days away! I'm getting all-time sad now. So doing all these videos got me wondering where birthstones came from. So I did a little research this morning and the results surprised me. I was not expecting that, but it's pretty cool. And I'll reveal them to you right after this first step.
For the eyes, I'll be using my Au Naturel palette by Wet n Wild, starting with the black matte on the lids. I always put down an eye primer, concealer works too, for the eyeshadow to stick to. I want a rich opaque pigment. Notice how I place my foundation only on the lid, not going into the brow bone. This will help prevent any black eyeshadow accidentally going beyond the lid, as I want a defined crease for this look.
I'm actually quite astonished with how well this came out, and I didn't use an angle brush or tape or anything. Well, this side's just screwed, we know that, so.
Another tip for applying eyeshadow, it is very important that you dab on the powder to create layers. Spreading equals smudging when you are applying your first layer when using a primer.
I mean, it's not bad, it's just not as spectacular as this one.
Moving on to the brow bone with maroon, burgundy, magenta. Because the lid already has a dark color on it, I need the purple brown tinted red to be much lighter in contrast. Wiping off some excess into my hand, I dabbed the undefinable color into my crease and then faded that out to my brow bone. It was still a little bit too purple and dull, so I went over with a red to brighten it and to create a ruby red.
And there's glitter in it, so, you know, it's going on my face.
Taking the same concealer I used as my primer, I'm going along my lash line to prep the eyeliner I'll be creating with red eyeshadow, and it barely shows up. On to plan B. I'll be using a cream body paint. I don't know why I felt the need to smell it, and carefully draw that along my lash line.
My nose is so squishy. I guess if you have like excess cartilage in your nose, it's really, really squishy. Sometimes I just do this when I'm bored. I just sit there and
I then sealed that in with the glittery red eyeshadow that I went over my brow bone with.
So, there are these ideas out there about how if you wear a certain stone in a specific month, or if you're wearing your assigned birthstone, it's going to give you certain powers of healing or whatever. But also, in my research, the origin always pointed back to the chest plate of Aaron.
And more glitter. This will act as a primer for the red glitter I'll be placing all over my brow bone. 1, it's glitter. 2, it's my birthday. 3, it looks like the starry night sky where the zodiacs live. And 4, it symbolizes the bumpy texture and speckled appearance of a crab shell. And 5, it's glitter. It's not exactly shimmer, but I'll take it. A thin line of black liner on the bottom lash line and mascara to finish off.
In the book of Exodus, there is a chest piece made for the high priest Aaron. On it are 12 precious stones, one for each tribe of Israel. 12 sons, 12 tribes, 12 stones placed in birth order by 4 rows of 3. Guess what? There's 3 months in each of the 4 seasons that make up the 12 months of the year. And may I also point out the 12 zodiac signs?
For the cheeks, I wanted to create a cut contoured cheekbone to symbolize both the jaggedness of a crab's shape as well as the sharp characteristic and fierce nature of a lion. I used a random peak mixture I had left over from another project. Wasn't quite what I wanted, but it's already on my face, so I gotta commit and blend the crap out of it.
Throughout the year, some of these birthstones have changed and others have been added onto them, explaining why some months have 2 or 3 birthstones. My birthstone was originally a turquoise or an onyx. It's like a horn that sounds like an ox. I don't know. These gems were set in place by the Jewelers of American National Association in 1912.
Finally, I will transform my lips into a ruby stone. I started off with a bright fire truck red as a base, then layer that with a darker crimson red. I think the base overpowered my top layer, so I switched over to a cream mixture of red and black. However, I didn't want the red to be too dark because I wanted to be able to show off the texture of a raw ruby stone. Natural rubies are bumpy and somewhat transparent. Even as cut gems, you can see all the various components and impurities within, which, by the way, are what I believe make them beautiful and unique.
So you could say I had a bit of a revelation. But seriously, there's more in the Book of Revelation. There is something called the Foundation Stones, which symbolizes the New Jerusalem. Most, if not all, of those stones are the same as the ones on Aaron's chest piece.
To create these perfect impurities, I carefully dabbed on black and red eyeshadows in squiggle formations to give it a crystallized look, and mostly for funsies, I lined my lips with red glitter.
And now for the best part.
Using one of the greatest makeup products of all time, liquid latex, I will be placing my rhinestone stars in a Leo formation. And yes, since I'm working with very small surfaces of the rhinestones, they are not the easiest thing to apply. They fall off quite a lot. It's really annoying, but worth it, because it's shiny.
And there you have it, my ruby-inspired design for the Birthstone of July. If you liked this video, you may also like to check out my Leo constellation-inspired video from last year, or if you want to see a more avant-garde fantasy lion design, you can check out my Gryffindor-inspired tutorial right down there. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you liked this video. If you did, please let me know by clicking on that thumbs up button down below. And if you want to wish me a happy birthday, yes, I am a Leo, you can click on that subscribe button right over there and it will instantaneously send me balloons to my front door. That's either exciting or a creepy thought. Thank you so much, and I will see all of you lovelies next time. Bye! It's so squishy.